Hello, my name is Holland Timmins, also known as the Connoisseur, and today I will be taking a look at Rurouni Kenshin Part 3, The Legend Ends. This was released in 2014, but it was brought stateside and just re-released here, I believe, in 2017 by Funimation. I'd totally recommend these films, they're really great. This one in particular closes out the trilogy. Um, yeah, so some minor spoilers. So it picks up, well, this movie picks up where Trust and Betrayal started, with Kenshin digging graves for a whole host of bodies that his former master just annihilated, and his master names him Kenshin. Uh, his original name was Shinta, but he is renamed Kenshin by his samurai master. And then he wakes up, and he is in his old master's place, and so he begs his former master to teach him the final technique in the Heaton Mitsurugi style. And so his master's like, well, I've got nothing better to do. Might as well hear what you've been up to. So, start training. Kenshin has his sword, and his master has a stick. He's just clobbering Kenshin. He's like, get up again, again. And he's just clobbering Kenshin. So finally, Kenshin's like, I really want to learn this style because this guy I really need to beat. So he's like, alright, I'll grab my sword. And so they're just going at each other. And yeah, Kenshin gets really effed up by his master, but he learns what he needs to, and then he's sent on his way. Aoshi, after the finale of the last film, shows up to meet Kenshin, and Kenshin engages in this really quick-paced fight with Aoshi. It's kind of long, not really, but he beats the crap out of Aoshi and is like, yeah, you can't win against me. Don't mess with the best. And, of course, Miss Karu has been found and she's alive. And, Yahiko and Sanosuke are by Miss Karu's side. They don't know if Kenshin is alive or not. And, of course, Kenshin then goes back to the dojo and he meets Megumi, and of course, Shishio has the entire government looking for Kenshin. And so, the police show up at the dojo, and Kenshin starts battling them. And then, he goes outside and he's surrounded by police. He starts pulling out his reverse-bladed sword, and all the police just step back. And he's like, you know what, why am I fighting you guys? He puts the sword back, and they all pile on him and start whacking the crap out of him with their kendo sticks, and it's really funny because they are taking no chances with Kenshin. So, yeah, Kenshin's caught, and, he's like, just get me close to Shishio, I will do it. And so, he's, like, put on display, and he's brought to this beach where his list of crimes that he committed for the government is read out. Karu and Sanosuke are there, watching as Kenshin is about to be beheaded. The 10 swords are there, some of them are there on the beach, waiting for Kenshin to be beheaded. Then, Kenshin gets cut free by Saito, right as he was supposed to be beheaded, and the 10 swords are like, wait, what? Oh shit. The theme song Heaton starts playing, and shit just gets real. Everybody's battling the 10 swords, and Shishio's men, and Kenshin and Saito are kicking the crap out of everybody, and Sanosuke gets in there, and everybody's battling, and Sanosuke, Saito, and Kenshin get on this boat and go to the ship. There's a rematch between Kenshin and Sojiro, and no, it's just a lot of fighting, and it's really awesome. and it ends with this four-way duel, 4-on-1 duel between Aoshi, Saito, Sanosuke, and Kenshin against Shishio. And Shishio's just completely holding his own and beating on everyone. And it's a grand finale to a grand trilogy. Yeah, so again, I would say this is like the Dark Knight Rises of the anime universe. It's based off of manga, and the sword fighting, pretty much everything is practical except this little CG here and there in terms of fire. But everything is pretty much practical. The sword fighting is some of the best sword fighting I've seen in film, probably since the Star Wars prequels. It's that unique and very well choreographed. And no, I was watching this interview with the guy who plays Kenshin on the first disc, and he's like, yeah, I practiced my ass off every day with this sword. And I'm like, it shows. It totally shows. So, yeah, what else? I don't know if you guys are listening, but please make more. There's so much more to Kenshin's story. Please make more. And if you want to start out somewhere and get some backstory to Kenshin, I'd recommend watching Samurai X: Trust and Betrayal. Fills in a lot of gaps that's in Kenshin's past that they allude to, but it actually shows it. Or better yet, read the manga because it continues after this story. Again, I would really recommend getting this movie and the other two. It's like what I said. Why don't we get movies this good in America anymore? Because this is a really good trilogy. And I haven't seen anything like this since Lord of the Rings, where every movie is a 10 out of 10. Just in terms of execution, style, and storytelling and acting. I'd really recommend this movie. I haven't seen anything quite like this out of, like, anime adaptions. And even with Ghost in the Shell coming out, I doubt we will get something as good as Rurouni Kenshin, the trilogy. Say it one more time. If you guys are listening, please make more Rurouni Kenshin. There's so much more to the story than this. But anyway, this is the Connoisseur signing off. And please, have a nice year. If you like, please comment, likes. Please subscribe. I'm always looking for more subscribers. Yeah, so...